As we're talking about 30 and 70-year-old pop culture, would you mind if I took us back in time?
Yes, please. I was just gonna ask you to take us back in time.
Awesome. Hey, so
Let's
let's
do
go.
it. Back in time. Back in time. Back in time.
So for this one, I instead of looking at the charts or the box office, I looked at albums that were released for this week. Okay.
Okay.
So this episode came out April 16th, 1996. Most records albums tend to come out on Tuesdays. So these all came out probably the day before. Occasionally they come out on Mondays. Some of these might have come out on Monday, but these are all Monday or Tuesday of this week here. So the first one that we're going to talk about, we're not even going to talk about it long because we mentioned it last week already, honestly. But it is Rage Against the Machine's second album, Evil Empire. And that did feature the song Bulls on Parade, which we discussed last week.
Yep.
And that was a pretty big album. I don't know that it was honestly one of their bigger albums, but Bulls on Parade is definitely one of their bigger songs. Definitely a mega hit right there.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's really good. I like that whole album.
Okay.
Have you listened to it?
I don't think I've ever listened to a whole Rage Against the Machine album. Like, I
Yeah.
like the hits. I could never get into deep cuts or anything like that. I've never owned one of
Yeah.
their albums, I can tell you that. So,
Yeah.
and none of
Okay.
my friends did either. They didn't own them. So I heard the radio stuff, and that was, for the most part, that was about
Yeah.
it.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's good stuff. You
Yeah.
should check it out.
Okay. Maybe I will. Another one that we have here, it's also a sophomore album. It's by the band Local H, and it's called As Good as Dead. Do you know the band, Local
I
H?
I don't.
They have a song that I bet you know. It's called Bound for the Floor. And you probably don't know it by the title, but I think most of us know it because it's the song that uses the word copacetic. And there's only one song in the world that uses the
Yep.
word
You
copacetic.
said, you said that and I started singing it in my head.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
right.
Okay.
It's the copacetic song. Right.
Yeah.
That's them.
I
That's
had
them.
that Local H. I don't know if I ever knew
Yeah.
that was who sang
They're
it.
pretty cool. They're
Okay.
still around. They still put out albums. It's just two guys in the band. And they make a lot of noise. And actually, I think this album, no, it was a different album, but they also had a song called The Kids Are All Right. And it's about, basically, it's about a band who goes to put on a show and they suck. And
I
it's
know
funny.
that
It's a
song.
funny song, but it's not a
Yeah.
humorous song, but it is kind of funny. And it's a good song. They had an album just a few years ago. It was called 12 Angry Months. And I don't know if it was popular or not. I didn't look it up for this, but I had the album or heard it at least. And it tells there's 12 songs, 12 Angry Months. Each song was a month, and it told one cohesive story of a guy who broke up with his fiance or girlfriend or something. And it goes to like all the stages of his life basically over the next year while he tried to recover from that. And
Oh wow.
some of their best music is on that album. And I mean, as a, one whole story that it's telling, it's fine, but some of the music on there was just amazing. So highly recommend.
I'm
Small group out of Chicago, and they still
yeah.
play around there a lot. I think they're coming here pretty soon. Honestly, I saw a something pop up on Spotify telling me there was a concert coming here pretty
Oh, that's
soon.
cool.
I don't know if that's the kind of show I'd go to, but
Yeah.
good
Well,
band, good band for
I
sure.
wrote them down, so I'll make sure I check them out.
Yeah,
Maybe
check 'em
probably
out.
tonight when I'm just hanging out for a little bit.
Check it out. It's awesome.
Put it on. Yeah.
They also had a song which I just thought was interesting. It was on the same album called Eddie Vedder. Was the name of the song.
That's
And
interesting. Is it about Eddie Vedder?
I think there's one line in it that says, "Would you like me if I was Eddie Vedder?" And it
And
was
that's it.
kind of about how the grunge music was overtaking everything. It was about music basically, and they were saying if they weren't making grunge music, they were kind of being pushed away to the side. Like that's what everybody wanted at the time was grunge. And it wasn't like ragging
Yeah.
on Eddie at all. Like they love Pearl Jam or anything. They were just using them as the example of grunge music.
It's the
and
real
how-
life situation at
Right.
the time. If you weren't
Exactly.
grunge, they didn't want
Yeah.
you.
We had another album come out here. It was called Farewell, and it was the last release. I think it was a live album from the band Oingo Boingo. Oingo Boingo. You know them? You remember them?
I do.
Late 80s and 90s?
I do.
So
I-
here's how you know them. I can tell you how you know them. You know who their lead singer is. And it's not because he went on and had a lustrous solo career. He went on and did something totally different.
It's Jared
But it
Leto,
was-
isn't it?
I wish. No, he was 30 Seconds to Mars. 30 Seconds to
I
Mars.
know.
And like
I know. I'm
10
teasing.
years later. No.
Yeah.
The lead singer of this band, lead singer and rhythm guitarist, his name was Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman.
Okay.
And I'm sure you've heard at some point the
I-
story how he was in a band and
Yeah.
moved on.
You know, you say that, and now I can remember those things. He was also just on SNL 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
He was playing drums for the musical act.
Interesting.
And I remember
Who
seeing it
was the
back when,
musical act?
I don't know, some dude. It was SNL. It's pretty late by the time SNL's around. When the music act gets up, I'm usually
Oh,
falling asleep. So
yeah.
that's
Right.
about it for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, yeah, he did so much good stuff.
Yeah.
Like all the
Yeah.
classics. Anything Tim Burton was that guy.
Right. Right.
He was on all of it.
I think he even did the vocals in A Nightmare on Christmas
He did.
for Jack Skellington.
He was, yeah. He played Jack Skellington, yeah.
Yeah, just the vocals,
Just the vocals, I
because
mean. Yeah.
Chris
Yep.
Sarandon
Clear.
did the speaking
The actual
points.
voiceover. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I thought that was neat.
It's
I've
pretty
never
cool.
actually listened to Oingo Boingo, but
Yeah, I was like, I don't, as much as I like 80s and 90s music, I can't place any of their actual songs, so they're
nah,
probably not in my playlist anywhere.
I think they are most famous for having birthed the musical composition movie score career of Danny Elfman. Let's see. Another album that we had here. Honestly, this is an artist that I have never listened to, but he was a huge deal in the 90s, honestly. And the album was called Ice Cream Man by Master P. Remember Master P?
I don't remember Master P
Oh,
at
wow.
all.
Okay. Well, let's move on then. So,
Who was he?
he
Now you got to
was a
tell me.
rapper. He was a rapper. He
Is a
was just a
rapper?
rapper. Yeah. So, but I remember him clearly. Like,
I
it seemed like
wonder.
he was huge at the time. Master P. I'm not sure what you might find looking him up. Might not be safe for podcast. NSFP.
Um, yeah, I mean, there's some stuff, but
Yeah.
I don't
No, he was
recognize him.
just
I see
it
a
was just
picture of him, I don't
music.
recognize him. Yeah,
No, it's just
I'd
music.
have.
But I mean, he had a lot of music out in the 90s.
Yeah,
A lot of
I bet
music.
if I listened to some of his music, I would probably recognize some of it.
Yeah, probably some
Because
of it crossed
I had,
over into like mainstream stuff.
yeah, I had friends growing up that listened to exclusively to rap music. So
Yeah,
I'm
I'm sure they
sure
know
I've
it.
heard it. I'm
Yeah.
sure I've heard it.
Yep.
So
And just as a mention, since we've talked about a lot of different rock here and some rap, there were two country albums that came out the same day here. One was Brooks and Dunn with Borderline, and the other was Toby Keith with Blue Moon.
oh man,
So,
both my favorites. Just
yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
I
Yeah.
repeat. I wake up to those. They're my alarm.
Okay. I believe you. I totally believe you. Good for you.
Yeah. I
They,
I'm
I,
I'll say this, I'm not a country music fan. I can listen to it, but it's one that unless somebody just puts it on, I'm not going to ever go to it.
there was
Yeah.
definitely a period in the 90s where there was some stuff that like really crossed over into the pretty mainstream, so I did pick up quite a bit of it. I was never a big fan of Brooks and Dunn, even though one of them has the same last name that I do. And Toby Keith I know a little of, but I couldn't tell if it was anything off of this album, so I just thought I'd
Yeah.
point it out for all of our country fans out there. I know there's a lot of you. A couple of big
Yeah.
releases here. I hope you enjoyed
Hey,
these and still play them on
yeah.
repeat like Aaron
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. No, all joking aside, country's huge.
Oh
Country
my
music
goodness,
is just
it's
massive.
crazy.
And I get it.
Yes.
I get
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
good for them.
it is. We've talked about this. Like, it is on our show. It, just because something is not our thing doesn't mean it's bad. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
anything bad about country music. It's typically not my thing. It is not what I grew up with very much, and I'm not too interested in it. But nothing
Yeah.
wrong with it. That's for sure.
Does bluegrass fall into country music? Because I do like bluegrass.
I call it a subcategory. I
Okay.
call it a subcategory, and I
Yeah.
do listen to some of that as well. I
Yeah.
give you that. Anyway, that is just a taste of